I thought I'd make a video about the Don't Punish Pain rally that I did back on October 7th of 2020. It's just going to be like a little quick video. I did post like a slideshow and a video of it, so I will link it in the description. So, Don't Punish Pain Rally was founded by Claudia Morandi, and she's a really nice lady. She created it back, I think, in 2017. I'm not really sure. I need to ask her. I follow her on Twitter, and she's my friend on Facebook. So every like year, there's sometimes twice a year. They're called DPPR. It's called Don't Punish Pain Rally. That's just for short, DPPR. So DPPR, there's hush, my cat. So DPPR, all over the world, like the states. It started out in, I guess, in Idaho, because of some person overdosed on pain medication. So that's how the opioid crisis started. That's what I heard. So since like all these people were speaking out against the abuse they were dealing with from doctors because they are chronic pain patients, they couldn't get the help they needed. So I found out about it back maybe a year or two ago. And I saw them going to Lansing, Michigan all the time to rally. And Lansing is about an hour from here, or hour and a half, and I don't drive because I'm disabled, and I'm working on getting my license. I just got to make sure my eyes are safe enough to drive because I got really bad eyes from my dad. So thanks, Dad. My dad passed away like 9 years ago. So anyway, I asked Claudia. I said, "How do I create my own rally? Because I want to do it myself, but I can't drive up to Lansing." So she like helped me. She gave me like the website where to log in on and where the location. So I chose a hospital near me that is known to physically and emotionally abuse pain patients, acute or chronic. It was at Garden City Hospital in Garden City, Michigan. So it's only about like 10 or 15 minutes from my house. And my mom offered to drive me so I could set up and stuff. So I said, I'm going to do Garden City Hospital because I've been a victim of their abuse when I was dealing with a lot of pelvic pain in my endo and my my OB told me to go to the hospital. So there's two hospitals near me. They're both terrible, but Garden City is the worst. They will say that you're forging your paperwork, which is like astounding. Like what? Bish what? So I started up the website and I registered my rally, and then I got all these people coming, but some canceled or some wanted to go to Lansing, which was fine. So I was thinking, hopefully I'll get at least like over 5 people at least. You know what? Even if it's like 2 or 3 people, you're still making a difference. And people say, you're gonna protest and it's only one person. Like it doesn't matter. You're still making a difference. You know, I used to be a vegan. I was an animal rights activist, and I used to protest against circuses, which I'm still against, but I'm not vegan anymore. But I protested. I remember me and my friend Wendy. It was just me and her, so it was 2. But we still made a difference because everyone pulled out of the circus parking lot to not go because they got our leaflets. So it does make a difference. So I, like I said, registered my rally, got some people. So I thought, I want to make my rally really good and like help people and educate people. So I went to FedEx since I don't have a printer, and printed all the flyers out that Claudia made on the rally website, and then brochures. Then I decided to make buttons, like customized Don't Punish Pain Rally buttons on wackybuttons.com. They're very affordable, they're very cheap, and very high quality. I was thinking they were going to be like this small, but they ended up turning out, I don't know if I have the button of it right now. I think it's in the kitchen. But the button turned out to be like this big. So, yeah, it was really cool. So a couple of the advocates that came to protest, I gave them one. So let's get to the rally. So October 7th was on a Wednesday. You can create whatever time you want. I chose noon too because I had an appointment early that day and I wanted to get there by like 11 or 11:30 to set up. So one of my friends let me borrow their table, and I also had like a little table to put like the buttons on and stuff and all the information, but that day was really windy. Like it was like a pain in the butt to just set it up. So I went to Garden City Hospital around 11 o'clock, and I went on the front of the hospital on the public sidewalk, right? Because if you do it in the hospital, they will kick you out. So I'm like, well, the sidewalk outside of the hospital is public ground. So as I was setting up, this asshole security guard says to me, "You can't set up here." I said, "Sir, this is public property." "Yes, I can because I know the laws because I used to protest at circuses and stuff and like outside of like shops, like fur stores. And if you are on the walkway outside of their business, that is public property." I was not inside the hospital ground. I was outside of the hospital ground on the residential sidewalk area. And I said, "This is public property, sir. I'm setting up." And I continued to set up. And he said, "If you don't leave, I'm going to get you detained. I'm going to call the police on you. You're going to get arrested and be put in jail." And of course, I didn't feel like arguing with him. I said, "You're an asshole. You know that. That's why." And he's like, "Why are you so angry?" I said, "Because your hospital treats people like shit." I said, "Just look at yourself, how you're treating me. You could have been nice about it and said, hey, we can't let you protest here, but there's another side over there." I said, "Well, I'm going to protest regardless, whatever you care or not. I'll find another place." He's like, "Good luck with that." So I had to repack everything, which was a pain. And he literally threatened me. He said, "If you don't pack up in like 2 minutes, I'm calling the police." Like, give me like fucking 5 minutes, sir. Thanks. Because it was windy out and everything was flying out and it was giving me anxiety because he wasn't helping me. His ass was just standing there saying, "You got 2 minutes. 2 minutes before I call the police on you. 2 minutes." Like, it was so annoying. So he was just sitting there watching me go fast as I can. And my mom yelled at him. My mom's like, "So you want her to get going in 2 minutes before she gets arrested, but you can't freaking help her, right?" Sorry, I'm so mad because they're assholes at Garden City Hospital. So after I packed everything up, had to go back in the car, my friend came to bring the other table. And so he even said, "Get out of here." She was following us. I said, "She's following us." I said, "Can you leave us alone? We're not doing anything but packing up to move somewhere else. You're just picking on us and harassing us." I said, "Fuck off." Like, I don't even care. I let people know how I feel. Like, I'm an asshole sometimes. So down the road by the ER across was residential. It was all houses. So my mom's like, "Why don't you go on this sidewalk across from the ER? That's where you want to protest at because the ER is known to abuse chronic pain patients." So I said, "Okay." But it was on someone's sidewalk, and I said, "I gotta ask. Before I set up, I'll ask." So I went to this person's house. I had a mask on, obviously. So I knocked on the door. I said, "Hey," "we're protesting outside of Garden City Hospital, but they said we couldn't protest out in the front." And I told her about what our rally was about. And she was so exhilarated. She said, "Oh my gosh." She said, "I am a chronic pain patient." And she's a 3-time cancer survivor that's been denied pain medication. 3-time cancer survivor, breast cancer. And she might had it again because she said that she had to go to her doctor urgently that day for her test results back for her breast exam. So I'm hoping it wasn't cancer, but she was a really nice lady. She's like, "Please use my sidewalk." And she even gave us some tape to tape shit down because it was like windy as hell. And the security guard came around again and said, "Oh, it looks like she did let you use it," just mocking us. I'm like, "Just go away. Like, go. Like, go." Like, I wanted to, like, punch him because he was so annoying. So, anyway, we had the protesters came, like 15 minutes a little late, which was fine because 2 of them came from Port Huron, which is about almost an hour or 2 away. Like, that's really far. I'm surprised they didn't go to Lansing. But they wanted to come with me, and I thought it was really nice. I thanked them. And then we had then we had about total of 9 people. It was me, my friend that was an ally, and then 7 people. I'm horrible at math. 7 advocates that came to protest. And then we had people like come down the road. It was residential, and then it was the ER. And they'll stop by and they wanted flyers and buttons, so we just passed them out. And then the security guard came around again, okay? This time we have all the protesters. He's like, oh, wow, this is a pathetic protest turnout. I'm like, bitch, what? I said, why? He's like, because this is stupid, blah, blah, blah. I said, we're not bothering you. I said, can you, like, leave us alone, please? Like, thanks. Thankfully, another security guard came and actually applauded us. It was another one. He said, good for you sticking up on chronic pain patients' rights. That's great. And he asked, like, well, what about addiction and stuff? So I know how to speak, between dependency and addiction. I'm not going to say it because you can watch my other video about it. But he was like, oh, wow. He's like, I didn't know that. He said, well, that's good to know the difference between addiction and dependency. So I educated people. Like, there was this one lady that drove down and said, I'm a chronic pain patient and I'm on opioids, but I think I'm addicted. So I said to her, okay, if you think you're addicted, let me ask you one question, okay? Okay. So do you like to get high off your pain meds? No. Do you sell your drugs? No, absolutely not. I'm like, you're not addicted. You are just dependent on it, like any medication. So she was like really educated after. She felt so awkward. I said, it's okay because I still have that stigma. I just, I take medicine and I get nervous asking my doctor for more because I want them thinking, oh, you're a drug addict, when I'm just in pain. I have endo. I actually had one of the worst periods of my life when they're trying to stop my periods. So thankfully it didn't happen during the pain rally. It happened about a week or 2 ago, and I ended up passing out outside my house and had to go to the ER, and that was a total hot mess. I'll talk about my ER visits next video, but our rally turned out pretty good. It was windy, but we had a lot of supporters. We had even EMS that like came by and honked their horn and gave us a thumbs up, and we waved. We always say thank you and stuff. We had a lot of supporters that came by and they wanted information. The only person that gave us hate was that stupid ass one security guard. And the other security guard was nice though. Like that one security guard, he just had a problem. I had him before, I think, when I was at the ER and I was in a bunch of pain. I just had surgery and something was wrong. So I brought my surgical paperwork in and the doctor threw me out saying that I forged my surgery paperwork, which does not make sense at all. And that security guard, I think that was him. I'm thinking it is, because I remember he would say, you need to get out of the hospital. You need to leave or we're calling the police. I'm like, I need to get away home. I said, I called a lift. He's like, well, hurry that lift up. I'm like, it's that easy, sir. I'm like, do you want to drive me home? If you want me to leave that much, can you drive me home? Like, shit. So I think it was him because he sounded familiar. He looked familiar to me. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And and then one of the protesters told me that there was a lady sitting outside of the emergency room waiting for a ride, and that security guard threw her out. So it was not just me. He likes to pick on everyone. He's a big ass bully that needs to get a life. And I'll pray for him because he is mean and heartless and rude and picks on especially women. Because she told me it was a woman that was sitting outside of ER waiting for a ride, after she got, discharged. So it was awful. And then my friend, or my auntie Marie, I call her my auntie, like she's like an adopted aunt. She said that he threatened to tow her car when she parked in public parking, not at the hospital, but there was like a side parking, like on residential. He's like, I'm going to tow your car. He just was just an asshole picking on us. So she almost forgot her table because he made her really nervous. So she was trying to get in her car and take off. So I had to call her. I'm like, Marie, you left your table. You have to give it back. That was one of her friend's tables that she let us borrow. And I got all my stuff. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. It was a really good rally. It turned out very nice, besides the security guard. So So it's mostly about the security guard I talked about. So I want to thank Claudia Morandi for creating this movement, because I felt so alone years ago thinking that I was a drug seeker, but I wasn't. I was in pain, and then all these stories came out on Twitter. How I found out was there was a hashtag going around a couple years ago called hashtag doctors are dickheads. And it was just talking about, we're not saying all doctors are. I have a wonderful OB. I love her. She is the most understanding doctor. We're talking about most doctors, like not most, but doctors just that don't understand pain, or automatically label you as a drug addict and stuff. And there was this, I guess, who created it was a person with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I'm so sorry if I can't pronounce that. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Posted like what she went through with doctors not believing her pain. And I know Ehlers-Danlos, if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments, that their bones like break easily and dislocate. That's really sad and painful. I think that's what it is. If not, please correct me nicely, thanks. But so that's where the hashtag went around. So everyone was talking about their story and what they went through. And yeah, and then Surgeon General came out on Twitter talking about IV Tylenol for surgery, like major surgery. Like, bitch, Tylenol is for minor aches and pains. I have been taking straight up Tylenol for the past couple days because I don't want to use up my pain pills, right? That shit... What the fuck is that on my wall? Ew, what is that? Oh, it looks like a centipede. I'm freaking out. Hold on. Oh, ew, I don't even know what that is. I don't know, maybe I think it's from the wall. Oh my god, that scared me. That scared me. Alright, well, I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm just going to end this video saying, if you're part of, if you're in pain and feel alone, you're not alone. And if you feel like you're a drug seeker, that the doctors are making you feel like that, you're not. You are in pain. You're a pain seeker, not a drug seeker. We are in pain, not criminals or addicts. Like I said, addiction, addicts deserve treatment just like chronic pain, but differently, but equally. We deserve equal treatment, but in different... That really is bugging me over there. I wish I can show it, but I can't. But so thank you, Claudia. Thank you, everyone who joined the pain rally in Garden City, Michigan, and all the pain rallies around the world. I saw a lot of people that live stream, especially North Carolina, had a really good turnout because of Dr. Klein, Dr. Thomas Klein. Please follow him on Twitter. I'll try to find... I'm going to link his Twitter in the description, and link Claudia's Twitter in my description, too. So, take care, everyone. Bye.